Second tutorial on the topic of the closure in the Swift programming. So in the last topic, we learned the basic syntax of the closure and how we call that closure. So in this section, we'll be covering the concept of the trailing closure. So the basically trailing closure comes with the concept when we call the closure as a parameter within the function and how it works. So to learn this concept, let's go through this line of codes, and I will be explaining the all the details uh, related to this concept. So from the line number 5 to 8, this is pretty much clear that I have created the running closure, which takes a parameter as a string and doesn't return anything. So I'm simply printing a message based on the whatever the parameter comes with that is in the value of place. So now I'm using this closure, that is the running closure, as a parameter inside the person status function. So see, from the line number 10 to 12, I have created the one function which is supposed to take a closure of type input type a string and returns nothing, and the name of that variable is a status. So if you see in the line number 10, the input parameter of function is the closure, not a general type of the variables like integer or a string. And the definition of closure is exactly same as the closure we have defined here as a running. Running is also supposed to take a string parameter and it doesn't return anything. And this function's parameter is also takes the closure, which takes a string as an input and doesn't return anything. So from these lines of code, we knew that we can pass inside this function the running closure. So that is I'm doing the exactly same in the line number 14. So if you see here, I'm going to call a person status function with the variable running. So let's run it and let's see how it is working. So let me run it. So see in the bottom I can see I am running at that Dhapagil. So basically, what is happening is I have called uh, this method, person status method, where I passed this closure, and that closure is ultimately being called in the line number 11. So in the line number 11, we are calling that closure, and ultimately in the line number 7, the overall message is printing in the console. So till the line number 614, we are pretty much clear. Now I'm doing something more on these lines of the code. Let's see how it works. So I'm going to comment it. So we don't have any running closure, and of course I'm going to comment this line also. Now see, I'm again from line number 16 to 18, I'm going to call the person status method function, uh, and I'm passing the whole closure body inside the status rather than the running variable. So this is exactly same the body which I have defined here. So I have passed that one here. So again, if I run this, it will print the same message. So it is working. Now let's move one step more ahead. So let me comment this one again. So see, line number 16 to 18 can be written as the short form. So see, I have omitted this part and this part, and the final code is here. So at this point, let me run it again and let's see what output comes. Same output is coming. So line number 16 to 18, whatever we wrote, the same thing is working in, by the code written in the line number 21 to 23. So this is the concept of the trailing closure. So let's now see the text which I have written here. When a closure has the last argument of the function, of course we have the function having the only one argument value, that is the closure. So obviously this will be the last argument of that function. So now see, you can use a trailing closure syntax to make the code more readable instead of writing the closure within the parentheses. So this one, parenthesis, we have removed parenthesis. You can place it outside the parenthesis. So we have placed that outside the parenthesis. So this is the concept of the trailing closure. So let me run it again. I can see the same stuff. So let's take a break, try to remap the code I have explained here, and then we'll move on the more detailed part of this concept. Sorry, of the another concept. So let me comment this one. Now see, we have the another, oh sorry, so person status, okay, I will use this function to explain the another concept. So see, in the line number, from the line number 28 to 23, what we are calling, so actually we are calling the person status method, but we don't have the closer input parameters defined here. So we have replaced that place value with this syntax, and it works the same. So output is same. So now let's go through this sentence. Swift has the shorthand syntax that lets you go your sorter. So it makes even the sorter. We have replaced the play input parameters. Rather than writing a place in, we can let Swift provide the automatic names for the closure parameters. So that we are mapping with the automatic parameters. These are named with the dollar sign. We have the dollar sign, then a number counting from 0. So in this definition, we have the one input parameter. So the dollar sign 0. If we will have the two parameters, then we can use the dollar sign 0 for first parameter and dollar sign 1 for the second parameter. So this is the shorthand syntax in the closure. So let's map all these concepts. So now let's move on the another stuff that is okay. So person, let me run this one and it works. Okay, we can erase this. I don't think we have written the code compatible with this. Okay. Okay. So everything is working. Now let's move on the concept of the capturing values in the closure. This is here at this point we need to give the more attention here. So what is actually happening here? See, I have created the one function here, and the function takes nothing input, but the return type is the closure, and the closure which takes a one input parameter and returns nothing. I can omit this one also, it is not necessary. To avoid the confusion, I have written like that. So this function is supposed to return a closure which takes a string as an input and returns nothing. So see, I am returning the closure uh, which is supposed to take a one input a string. So this is marked as $0 and returning nothing. So see, I have created the one more variable here inside a function, not inside a closure. This point need to be understand carefully. In the line number 37, I have created the one counter variable. Initialize value is 1, and as the number of times the closure is called, the counter variable is being incremented by 1. So now let's see what kind of output we are getting here. So in the line number 44, I have I got closer or return type value by calling the learning concept method. So I call the learning concept and it is supposed to return a closure. So we have saved that return type uh, the result in the result variable. So this is the closure, and I'm going to closure first time. So see, I'm going to call that closure. So of course we know closure is supposed to take a string as an input and returns nothing. So let me run it. See, okay, let me modify it one more time. I'm learning concept of, okay. Let me run once again. So I can see I am learning concept of closure one times. Concept of closure one times. Okay. So I see one here when I run this one. Now let me run the another first 10 second. So it is showing me 1 and 2. If I run this, it is showing me 1, 2, 3. If I run all these four statements, it is showing 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, what is happening? So a return variable holds the closure, and we are calling those closure 4 times. At this point, the counter variable declared inside this function, not inside the closure, is saved for the future reference. Whatever value we have updated on that counter variable is maintained. Even the scope of that calling first closure doesn't exist. So first time if I call this closure, its counter value is 1. I can see 1. Now again I'm calling the closure next time. At that time it holds the already executed counter value. So next time I see 2 here after executing this closure, and again next time if I execute the another closure, then again 2 plus 1 3, and it works similarly. So the closure basically captures the values which is used inside the closure. So in this context, the counter is being captured by closure, which is even not defined inside that closure. So for today, the concept of closure up to this, and the next session we will I will come with a more detail on the closure. Thank you.